Wait, something just popped up on my computer. Okay, I'm back. So I'm starting out with the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, called the Ace of Coins here. That's the card. Let me see it. And behind this Ace of Coins is a Nine of Swords, also upright. So what I'm getting from this is that somebody is worried about a new beginning, a situation that's trying to come in that would provide some sort of stability or something. So it could be a new job, a new career path, new relationship, of course, maybe even something involving an inheritance, and they're just not sure how they're going to handle certain aspects of whatever it is they have to do. Um, because there's concern here, there's worry here. But it's like mental energy. As soon as I started talking, stuff started popping up on my computer. My phone started going off. I have it on silent so you can't hear, but it's like laying on my bed so I can hear the vibration. A little weird. Okay, anyway. So there's like concern. It may have something to do with a pregnancy or childbirth or with trying to provide for a family because you see there's a man here with his hand, you know, how they say, hanging his head in his hands. And there's a woman there looking at him with concern with a baby on her chest. An angel over them, I guess, trying to suggest that everything is going to be okay, but he's sort of panicking nonetheless. And everything will be okay. This is the energy that's coming in, right? The of Coins, Ace of Pentacles. I had already shuffled these. I see also, now that I picked the cards back up, I think I flipped them around when I picked them up too. I believe this may have been in reverse, but another message, like weird message on my computer, like what is going on? Um, it's the Six of Cups, so it could have something to do with children again, and or siblings, Gemini energy. Six of Cups is like very Gemini to me, although it's cups because Gemini represents siblings, and Geminis are the one mutable sign. All the mutable signs are like very youthful, like forever young type of energies, and of course Gemini is the only one that's like doubly all of that because it's the sign of the twin, and we have the ability to take on the traits of every other sign in the zodiac. So, um, could be something from your past that's now coming to fruition, maybe a lifelong dream again of a particular career path or job, and now here it is, or a relationship from your past, with an ex that is being renewed, possibly an earth sign, but not necessarily. If it's not, again, it's still somebody and the type of relationship that is going to provide stability. So, like I said, I had already shuffled these cards. I'll just go ahead and cut them now. As I'm cutting them, one of them flipped over and it's the Ace of Swords. So some truth also coming through. And this card, oh, I'm glad this card came out because you see, it has the rope behind. And I said last week when I pulled this card, I had pulled one where I noticed this symbol. It wasn't, I think it was the Three of Pentacles. And I said, oh, this looks Celtic. And then I realized that all the cards had it. And then I saw this card, the Ace of Swords, and I was drawn to the ropes and the knot behind the sword. And then I heard the words Celtic knot, and again, I had been talking about this symbol, Celtic. And then I said, Celtic knot, I gotta look that up. Is that a thing? It feels like a thing, but I wasn't sure. I said, let me look it up. Well, sure enough, a Celtic knot, the illustration of one, because they use it in artistry as well, in art, is this. This is a Celtic knot, the way that it's drawn. And this, I said, may have something to do with a boat or a fisherman or something. And at least in my own life, because we were also talking about the King of Pentacles, and I think I had brought up my King of Pentacles ex, um, for some reason. I think at least that part of the reading was at least in part for me, because sure enough, I spoke to mine. Yes, I didn't speak to him; it was a text. And he was in the middle of the ocean fishing. So, but I had seen other things about that. So I don't know how it worked out for the rest of you. I think I talked about maybe vacationing for the weekend or hearing from somebody over the weekend or something like that. In any case, we're only at the weekend now as I'm recording this, so things could be going on with you guys as I speak. Anyway, now after having done all that cutting, we have the star on the bottom of the deck. So again, some sort of wish coming true, and I said like a lifelong dream could be manifesting. This could still be true, having to do with this. Then there is the Two of Wands, and talking about Gemini and Twin. Wands doesn't mean Gemini to me, but it has very long been the card that represents, twin flames and soulmates. And this particular card has one person with two heads back to back. And I'm trying to help you to see it clearly because there's a lot of light in here. Behind that is the Knight of Cups. So someone taking some sort of action that's going to involve an emotional situation. So again, this could be an action, somebody coming forward toward you, a soulmate, a twin flame sort of energy, divine sort of energy, spiritual union coming toward you, finally taking action. Eagles for me represent air. There's an eagle in this card, so there could be communication that is part of the action. They're going to reach out to you, communicate. Could be something, involving emotions, something romantic, and it could be a surprise because we also have the next card is the Four of Wands and it's in reverse. This can sometimes have to do with surprises for me. I don't know why. I don't know why. I can't explain it. Usually when I'm trying to tell you about like how I read cards, I can tell you, oh, it's because I saw this and I saw that. I don't know. It feels like a surprise. It feels like a surprise, if that makes any sense. Um, yeah. So this is what the card looks like upright. The Four of Wands. And we do know that the Four of Wands is a positive card, whether um, upright or in reverse. So that's good. Speaking of relationships from the past and situations from the past, I just looked over and realized that at these romance angel cards that I've also already shuffled, they too have the past life relationship card at the bottom. You have known each other before. So something is coming up and there's chemistry behind that, and make the effort and retreat. So again, maybe about going away somewhere, perhaps something having to do with water, boats, um, a cruise. I don't know. Okay, let's cut. So happy St. Patrick's Day to those who celebrate. I am wearing green. It's one of my favorite colors. I can't really say that I celebrate, but I actually went to St. Patrick's Old Cathedral School as a kid, and was a cheerleader for that school, and participated in the big New York St. Patrick's Day parade at the new cathedral on Fifth Avenue for several years. So just sort of forced a habit. I have a T-shirt that says "Kiss Me, I'm Black" that I was looking for, so that I could wear that today. Couldn't find it. I'm wearing this. I don't know. For some reason, I'm coming out of my blouse. Must be the bra I have on. But we're gonna keep it moving nonetheless. So let's see what we got for this week. Again, now we have the Knight of Cups, the Two of Wands, and the Star at the bottom of the deck. So we're beginning with some very positive energy, and let's see what else we can get to come out here. What else is going on this week? Let's get a card for Monday. All right. Well, kind of came out, not really. Oh, it's the Ace of Cups. I'm glad I went ahead and pulled it. It like didn't fall all the way out. It just stood up. What about Tuesday? We've seen three aces so far. Tuesday, two cards just flew out. Um, I should have made note of what was at the bottom of the deck when the Ace of Cups came out. I did not. But just now for Tuesday, oh, it's three cards actually. It is the Two of Coins, the King of Cups, and the Hermit. Let's lay these down. All right. Wednesday. I really prefer only one, and I can clarify by war, but sometimes it's not about what I want. All right, now at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Four of Coins, and it's the Seven of Cups that came out for Wednesday. Thursday, two cards, the Eight of Cups and Strength, which is also Major Arcana card 8. I'm going to have to look up what Wednesday's date is. and see if it's an 8 too. We know that the year is an 8. And I wonder if the day is. The bottom of the deck now we have the Fool. So again, something having to do with new beginnings, taking a chance, not being afraid, just jumping in. So that was Thursday. Friday, the Three of Wands in reverse. We're not going backwards. On Friday, Saturday. The Tower in reverse with the Ace of Coins back at the bottom of the deck. Lastly, Sunday. It's the Empress in reverse with the Five of Swords on the bottom of the deck. I want to see if I can get one card about health, general health for the week. Nope, I didn't get one. It's like two, but at least I got something. It's the Four of Wands in reverse and the Page of Coins or Pentacles upright. Okay, that's for health. Let's do one for money in overall. It's the Eight of Swords in reverse. And let's do one for love overall. Something just flipped over. It's the Six of Swords. Six of Swords. So again, here's two people in a boat. So the boat could be metaphoric, right? In both cases, not just here, but even when I was talking about before. Maybe you're not actually going away together, but you're moving into calmer, still waters together. The bottom of the deck now we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. That's what we're left with. Okay, so on Monday, again, we have the Ace of Cups. So we're starting off the week really well. And, keep in mind the other cards that we saw already too. The Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles. Something is really in the works and it's going to be something emotionally fulfilling. For some of us, this could have to do, again, with childbirth, pregnancy, maybe learning of a pregnancy. And so that could be why it was scary in terms of the Nine of Swords and everything, but now it's happening. For others of us, this could be a metaphoric pregnancy or birth, right? Again, something very new, very exciting, very emotionally fulfilling, maybe even nostalgic. Again, something from our past is happening, is beginning, is starting. Could be a relationship, of course. And if so, again, one that's going to make you very happy, especially in the beginning. Or it could be a new beginning for an existing relationship, so like past life relationship, or a situation from your past, something with an ex, now moving into those calm and still waters that we saw with the card that I pulled for love, which is the Six of Swords. That could be the new beginning. Like no more of these arguments, no more of this up and down, no more of this back and forth, no more of, getting on the merry-go-round. We're together, we're not together, we're friends, we're not friends, just moving into a much better space emotionally and maybe even again physically, um, and in a more tangible way. So that is the Ace of Cups. Then we move on to Tuesday, where we got the three cards. We got again the Two of Coins. My phone just keeps going. I'm sorry. The Two of Coins, the Hermit, and the King of Cups. And let me get those. So here's the Hermit, and as it relates to love, the Hermit almost always has to do with rekindling a relationship from your past. So if it's connected in that way, that's what it's about. The King of Cups is also, the king of balanced emotions, right? Being emotionally intelligent and healthy and be ready to enter a positive relationship. And the Two of Coins is about somebody that has a lot going on. Maybe they, have work, They got to juggle stuff. How am I going to fit a relationship in here? Or it could be about somebody that has a decision to make. Maybe a decision whether or not to get re-involved with somebody from your past or something like that. Now, that's looking at the cards sort of individually and making a story about them together. But if I think of the three cards rather, all um, working in tandem or describing one person, for example, then I get like a teacher, right? Um, I get a teacher, I get some other sort of leader, or maybe teacher or teachings. So maybe you're learning something that's going to help you, to be a more emotionally balanced person yourself. Um, on Tuesday, I'm getting some sort of leader who's very like fair and diplomatic and wants to hear both sides or all sides and really think something through. Um, Again, there's a high level of like um, social and emotional intelligence. Um, Also, it could be something about some sort of exchange. With the two of coins, I give you this, you give me that. Some sort of exchange that is happening on Tuesday. I was trying to come up with a better description or an example of what I mean by exchange, but I'm not getting anything. Um, so moving on to Wednesday, again we have the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups, now in the traditional tarot, each cup very clearly has something different inside of it. So you can see that there are a number of choices, and it's going to be about picking the one that's best for you. That's still the case, obviously, even with this card, even though a lot of these choices sort of look kind of the same on surface. That may be the kind of situation that you're facing yourself with. Unless, again, it's going to be only on surface where they look similar, look the same. Oh, what's the difference between doing this and that? But there is a difference. So you are going to want to think about it. For others of us, this could have something to do with being like really, really spontaneous, maybe even getting into like a one night stand type of thing, or maybe with this person from the past. Maybe you guys, truly unite and and that chemistry comes together and there was a situation where you're, together for that one night. And maybe that's how you change the dynamic of your relationship and you end up moving into calmer, stiller waters because you end up, together in a physical way, if you know what I'm trying to say. Um, if not like a one night stand situation kind of thing, it can also be whether that's with somebody from your past or not, Um, it can also be like doing something else unexpectedly one time, like I never do this, and boom, and you find yourself doing something new, perhaps exciting, um, and maybe this also helps to teach you some sort of lesson or something on Wednesday. Then moving into Thursday, again, we had the two eights. I wish I could. Can I see now what the date is? I tap on my computer at the bottom. Uh, what? What did I say? Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Thursday, it looks like is the 21st. Oh, so it's 338. So no, the day is not at 8. It's 3 for March, 3 for the 21st, and 8 for the year. 14 or 5, maybe it's a day of change. Somebody could definitely be walking away from something and finding the strength to finally do that. Something that's been blocking them from moving forward. Maybe this is tied to the Seven of Cups. Maybe the new and exciting and very sort of um, spur of the moment, spontaneous thing that you do is decide to walk away from something. Because Seven of Cups can be about, again, a decision too, a choice that you're making. Because then we're moving on to the Eight of Cups. You make the choice with the seven, we move on to the eight, and it's to walk away from something that's been a block to you, that's been in the way of you, doing something else. And maybe maybe this has to do with emotions too. Maybe it's been a block to your heart or heart chakra. With the King of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the Seven of Cups. There's a lot of cups here. It's a lot of emotion. Um, so maybe it's been a block to your heart chakra. Again, something having to do with love and relationship. I love that we got this strength card with this, today, with all this green and this redhead. It's giving St. Patrick's Day, you know. Um, and I just it's so funny. I never realized that this deck was Celtic until I didn't realize this symbol was here until last week. Anyway, so you're finally getting the strength to do that. And this could be also something that it began, was sort of initiated. The seed was planted somewhere, within you with the new moon, that very powerful Pisces new moon that just passed last week or earlier this week. I don't even know what day it is anymore, honestly. But this we're talking about Thursday, Thursday the 21st here. All right, so then moving on to Friday, the 22nd, we have is it's on the clock. It was just 2244 as for the recording as I'm talking about the 22nd. We have the Tower in reverse and the Three of Wands in reverse. So maybe something very suddenly and unexpectedly has a setback, but not a large enough setback to ruin everything. Because again, thankfully, the tower is in reverse, not upright. Um, but again, the Three of Wands is also in reverse, so she's like falling down the ladder rather than going up. I hope it doesn't have something to have anything to do with this decision. Like you finally got the strength. We started with the Nine of Swords and we were afraid to do anything. And then in one of the cards, we got the Eight of Swords in reverse. When I was pulling cards, I think that was for money. So you're releasing those fears. Get the strength card. It's upright. You finally decide to walk away from something that's blocking you or to leave something alone that's been blocking you. Release it or whatever you got to do. Um, Possibly from guidance you receive with the new moon, that very powerful Pisces new moon that we just experienced. And then it's kind of like at least a mild setback. The thing about the tower is, I think even when it's in reverse and it's a mild setback, it's not a major life changing experience, but it does change, you know, the experience. So it does impact your life in some way, even if it's just for a blip and you don't realize at the time that something changed or you don't realize how something is sort of impacted. Something may um, cause a brief delay or challenge or in some other way affect the new beginning that seems to be forming. Um, with this Three of Wands and the Tower. Threes, again, I mention pretty often when I talk about them, can be about the need for patience. So with the Three of Wands in reverse and the Tower, there could be, again, some sort of setback. If not setback, something happening in a way other than what you'd expected. So it's like a bump in the road, and we got to pivot. If that makes any sense. Also, um, something also may happen to, how do I want to explain this? Like the way you thought something was, do I want to say illusions? I guess illusions, yeah. Your belief of the way that something existed, boom, all of a sudden that is like shattered in some way. Um, Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe the sneeze is a confirmation. Those illusions are shattered in some way. A veil comes off, a mask comes off. Again, it's not a deterrent, but it's something that causes us to maybe pivot or redirect. Maybe some information comes out. Thinking about the Ace of Swords now, maybe there's some truth that comes out. um, you're on a new beginning. Perhaps if it, let's say from the example of if it is a relationship, you're starting off with this relationship, new beginning, new thing, and everything's going good, and then the person says to you, "All right, well, now that we're starting off, I want to start off right. I got to tell you something. I got to tell you like the truth about XYZ," and that may like change your appearance change. Well, maybe something's changing with your appearance. That's not what I meant to say though. Change your perception um of the situation or the person or the way that you view them the situation. Or maybe cause the two of you or one or both of you to have to do something a little differently in order for you to be able to come together, but it doesn't like ruin things, if that makes any sense. Okay, so we did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, wait, Friday. So I guess this is Saturday, but where's Sunday then? Oh boy, what did I do here? Hang on one sec. I'm like looking around, and I don't want to take too much time. I think I know what I did though. I think I combined Thursday and Friday, and I was supposed to. These two eights, I think one was Thursday and one was Friday, and I just read them together. Um, I think that's okay though, because the Eight of Cups is still about having decided to move in a new direction again and possibly walk away from something or release something that was otherwise blocking your path. Like this thing that I've been focusing on um, has prevented me from focusing on something else. And you see that we're still leaving Eight Cups standing. So we're still leaving some emotions behind, some feelings behind. We have feelings for whatever or whomever this thing we're walking away from is. We have some emotion tied up in that, but we're walking away nonetheless because what we're walking towards is going to elevate us to Nine of Cups, Ten of Cups, right? This is what we really want. This is what's really in our dreams, and that sort of takes us to the beginning of the reading too, when I actually did pull the Nine of Cups and talk about wish fulfillment and the fact that the star was at the bottom of the deck, which again is also about wish fulfillment. And strength is a very positive card in any area of your life that it touches. It just means that we are going to be having the ability to handle and deal with whatever situation comes our way. We're going to be able to support not only ourselves, but other people, whether that's financially, emotionally, um, socially. You get somebody to go out. Oh, it's Friday. Come out with me. Somebody that's otherwise staying in the house and they're down. You have the energy. You have the wherewithal. You have the ability. You have the strength to carry all that. So now I give it to you both together and separate. Um, so moving on, then we moved on to the Three of Wands and the Tower. Okay, and so now moving on to Sunday and the Empress in reverse. So, for some, perhaps following whatever the Three of Wands and the Tower is, the general meaning of the Empress in reverse could be coming into play for us, and that is that we could be feeling, and it's unfounded, but we could be feeling maybe not so attractive. So um, maybe whatever goes down with the Three of Wands in reverse in the Tower, whatever the setback is, maybe it has something to do again with the ex or whatever, and the fact that they're not moving fast enough or a particular way or something they said, something having to do with the truth that came out or whatever it was. Maybe that is what makes us feel unattractive. Maybe it's in our own mind. Maybe it has nothing to do with this other person, and we're just doing it. That's one of the potential meanings of the Empress in reverse. Um, Conversely, though, and it's kind of ironic, what it means in terms of love and relationship is that you could actually find yourself being pursued by several different people. So again, you are being perceived by others as quite attractive, and maybe that's what the Three of Wands And the tower in reverse is about maybe somebody else or some other people like sort of come out of the woodwork, and you're like, okay, now when we're finally moving into calmer, stiller waters, where things finally getting better for us, now I'm meeting this new person, or now this other person also wants to come back, or whatever the case. That could be what happens too, and just several people sort of vying for your attention. Um, I am drawn to pay attention to the bottom of the Romance Angels deck here for whatever reason. It is let go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally. So that's what the angels want us to know. Behind that upright is also forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. So again, maybe something comes out. There's some sort of truth that is revealed, and it's something from the past, and you just have to hear it, receive it, process it, and let it go. And that's going to help you to better enjoy um, and progress in your present moments, which of course is much more important. And the next card that is upright is it is safe for you to love, open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So again, maybe hearing something, a truth, or learning something new or whatever, puts you in a place of fear, potentially temporarily. And so this is a reminder that there is no need for that, and that you should keep moving forward. All right, so that was Sunday. And then I said, let's look at money. I don't know if I'm going in the right order, but the card that I pulled for money is the Eight of Swords. So we could have had a lot recently, a lot of struggles and worries about money. Sometimes I be having money and I still like worry about money like later. Like, okay, I have money now, but if I use it, then I won't have money. And the as unhealthy as I am well aware that is, every now and then I find even myself doing it. Like I know better, and I do it. Just the way that the economy has been over the past several years. I guess it happens to the best of us. But this could be one of those type of situations, or it could be where you really were struggling and you didn't have, and now things are getting better, and so you need to release whatever fears were associated with it. This is going to be a much better week than last week was, and we're going to continue again. I think even as it relates to the money, to move toward these calmer, stiller waters. Something just popped up on my computer and distracted me for a second. It's 316 on 316. And is it 316? Is it John 3:16? The Bible verse, God so loved the world that he gave his son. It's about love. It's about like genuine unconditional love. So I don't know, just all of that just came in a blip. Just like that in a second, something popped up on my computer. It made me notice the time, made me realize the date, and here we are with this other message for, if it resonates with you. Some of us may want to read the passage to get the full message. I I I I know it starts out, for God so loved the world, and I think it goes on to talk about how he gave his son. I think it's John 3:16 specifically. Some I hate when I get stuff like this. Um, Somebody could also pass away, and it would be somebody who um they've had a tough time. They may have had a lot of surgeries. Something may have had to been removed, cut out and removed, whether it was like an organ or cancer. I don't know. I don't know what this is. But it just popped into my head, in association with that John 3:16. So one minute I was all like giddy about it, and then the next I'm like, oh wait a minute. Um, so it could be a male, um, who's possibly an only child, like to get real specific. And again, this is somebody who suffered. So not just losing somebody out of the blue. Um, this is somebody who hasn't been well or something. Um, or maybe they got into some kind of accident and was suffering and pain and like couldn't be helped or saved or something like that. And the cards are saying, or my guides are saying, or God is saying to me that like this person is so special to him, her, the universe, and that's how they want you to look at it. Again, God so loved the world that he gave his son, or I guess in this case, he took his son back to be with him. I don't know who that's for. I, of course, don't wish that on anybody to lose somebody that they care about or love in any kind of way. Um, but you're supposed to be, I'm supposed to be helping you to be comforted by the fact that, um, like it's for this person's betterment. It's a blessing. It's not a curse. It's not to hurt you. It's to help them, to show them love, that they don't have to be here suffering that way anymore, if that makes any sense. And I'm so very sorry. Um, Another meaning, actually like textbook tarot meaning of the Eight of Swords, is actually that sometimes things happen that are beyond our control. Um, and we have to like learn to understand that as adults, that we don't have control over everything. And sometimes life is going to throw stuff unexpected at us. So it could be that. And now, in hindsight, um, maybe for that same person, is why they're not feeling very pretty or good, attractive, their usual self, in terms of the Empress in reverse, um, because this has happened. And this could also be this masculine or male's um, mother, perhaps, who's feeling that way, or his wife with the Empress. So now I'm getting a message that for some, they could they could feel sort of a metaphoric death again, maybe because somebody walks away from them with the Eight of Cups. Well, this reading sure took a turn, an interesting turn. I'm sorry. Um, yeah, but that may also be why we have the Tower in reverse and the Three of Wands in reverse, because like just as we were getting somewhere, this happens, and this is going to change things, at least for one of us, if not both. Whoever this um, male and female or masculine and feminine dynamic are. Again, that's very super super isolated for somebody. Okay, so back to where was I? The Eight of Swords was really the card about money. I think it was really the card about money. Um, and so thinking about the general meaning now, Ace of Swords in reverse, again, not being able to control everything, it's telling you to not be like what I was describing before. I'm saying, well, I got money now, but I want to make sure I have. Like sometimes life happens, and we have to, and then sometimes life doesn't happen. But we're supposed to we're expected to live, and you're not living if you're constantly, thinking and overthinking about things that are out of your control. Um, instead of spending your time enjoying the blessing of being here, happy and healthy. So I'm sure a lot of us can take that message. So that was money, among other things, unfortunately. And I think for health, so for health, for the most part, um, things should be good. Again, that was I just want to reiterate, I don't want everybody getting worried or whatever. That was a very isolated thing that I was talking about. The cards that I actually pulled for health are the Page of Coins upright and the Four of Wands in reverse. Um, Now, I suppose this still could have something to do with that other situation. Um, Again, particularly if this person is the woman or the feminine energy that I was feeling or seeing both is an earth sign, um, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And then we also have with the Four of Wands, we have fire energy. It's not a fire card. I mean, it's not a port card, so it doesn't have to necessarily be talking about a person and what their sign is or their attributes are. But we do have both earth and fire energies with these two cards having come out together. Page of Coins, Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is a marriage card. Um, and again, it's in reverse. So if this person, and again, getting real specific, may be an actual earth sign, maybe even a red haired, fair skinned um, earth sign female, married to maybe a fire sign, doesn't have to be again because this isn't a court card. And he is who is not. Oh God, actually, I have a client like that, so I'm not wishing this on her. And I hope it's not okay. Um, Married to a fire sign, he's not well. Doesn't have to be a fire sign again, but it's a marriage card and it's in reverse. On a more positive note, the Four of Wands in reversed on its own as it relates to health um, can be about things working out better than expected and going, and um, also having a lot to be happy about and thankful for, maybe despite something that is going on with your health. And it can have to do with like something unexpected or surprise, or like in a positive way. So maybe a turn for the better. The Page of Coins in relation to health, upright, Page of Pentacles upright, um, is about like what we're if something if we've manifested or sometimes it's manifested something with our health or if something's going on with our health right now. It could, okay, yeah, let me say it this way. If something's going on with our health right now, it could be something that we have manifested by holding in our emotions, like not dealing with our emotions. Um, so maybe trying to fight a relationship or fight some other true desire. All the time that we were sticking with this thing that was blocking us before making the decision to walk away with the Eight of Cups, that may have caused some sort of, inner something is going on now. Something to manifest in a more physical way, or a mental way, maybe. Could be mental health, um, because we were holding in our emotions, our feelings, not addressing them. Together, the Page of Pentacles upright and the Four of Wands reverse can have to do with our like community, our surroundings. So other something going on maybe with somebody else. Um, so not us, but maybe a friend, a family member, is who has something going on with their health. And to a more positive, put a more positive spin on the other story, or somebody who's dealing with something like that, with a similar situation. These two cards together could be about an unexpected, positive turn. Even if it's brief, I'm getting like, um, where something is able to happen and you're able to say, oh, at least this, at least that, we have this, we have that, we have these memories and things are going well, or at least you feel good now. Or again, maybe if in the case of somebody's passing, like in that, again, I wanted to say really isolated situation, um, that you're still thinking of, even if it's as it relates to that situation, the positive things. Again, that the person, I guess, number one being that the person's not in pain. All right, so that's health. And last we have love. So this one should be a lot more easier uh, for me to both relay and for you guys to hear and for us all to get through during the week. And that is the Six of Swords, upright. So again, this card. This is a card about moving into calmer, stiller waters, as is illustrated in the card. You see, behind them are sort of like rough seas, and then ahead, this water's not even moving. And so they're leaving this behind. This is done. This is gone, and we're headed there. I'm sure, like in the foreground, so the waters are dark. It's probably a lot darker there too, and here is sunny. Like ahead of us is sunny. It's greenery. Right here is like some desert, whatever that we have passed. It looks like. So we're headed toward foliage and where things are growing, where things are healthy, and things are moving. And so that's where we're moving in love, whether that is metaphorically or physically in terms of moving in together, um, going on a vacation together. Again, maybe somebody somewhere on the water or across water, or visiting one another. Um, all of that. And let's see what other cards we get for love. I'll do one for the masculine, one for the feminine. How about that as a final? Okay, the masculine, your card just came out, and feminine, our card just flipped over at the bottom of the deck. We have children in reverse. So I think at the bottom of I think they don't want me to even worry about the bottom of the deck. Just give the masculine their card. It is very soon. Clearly decide what you want. So again, Seven of Cups, moving to Eight of Cups, so that you can move to Nine of Cups, that a true desire and dream of yours, and the Ten of Cups, which is going to be and the Ace of Cups, that emotional fulfillment, that happiness, um, that long term situation. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Okay, that is for the masculine. And for the feminine, new love. So whether it's brand new or if it's a new situation with this old person brought on by the Six of Swords, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Or maybe this is one of the many people that comes your way because you're the Empress in reverse. I hope that you guys have found this reading helpful, enjoyable. Hope it helps you to navigate your week, that you can reference it and know how to approach such certain situations. And if the person, if this does play out, that somebody loses somebody and you are watching, my prayers, my thoughts will be with you. I will be praying on this situation. And, I hope all is well. Namaste.